Okay, race fans, here we are on the virtual grid in our virtual Renault Megane. We've got launch control, so at least we know we're going to get off the grid okay. We are at the Hungaroring, which was one of the venues that the real-life WTCR series visited during its 2020 campaign. Right, this is going to be a little bit hairy. We survived turn 1. Let's just get through these first couple of corners. Now we're probably going to have a bit of a rough ride of it. Because I have the AI set to adaptive, which I find works really well.
Clear right. Car right.
But it does mean, especially in these touring cars,
He's still there. Right side's clear. Car left.
ooh, we will get a bit of a
Hold your line.
a bit of a rough ride of it.
Still there.
But as
Clear left.
any touring car driver knows, real or virtual, if you come home with all your mirrors still on, you haven't been racing hard enough.
Clear left.
So once again, the guys over at Sector 3 Studios, to produce all the content for RaceRoom Racing Experience,
On your right.
kind of surprised us
He's still there.
with these touring cars.
On your left.
They announced it just a couple of days or so before it actually dropped,
Clear left.
which for me as a touring car fan was a brilliant little surprise. Oh, all the track and some. So what's new? Well, we've got two cars.
19.
We've got this, the Renault Megane, and we've also got the new Cupra. The rest of the cars are just tweaked and updated versions of their 2019 counterparts, which is kind of what happened in the real life series. But we do have all the cars, all the drivers and all the teams from the 2020 season, so it's as up to date as you're ever going to get. Now, although there might not be a lot of new cars, what they have done is use the time to really get to grips with the car handling, physics, force feedback, and just move these cars on a step forward from their previous versions. And the good thing about that is that what they've learnt from these new cars is going to be rolled back to the 2018 and 2019 WTCR cars. So eventually we'll all enjoy the benefits of these new suspension and tyre models. But the most important thing is, what are they like to drive? Well, put simply, they're brilliant. I don't think you can
The leader's just done it.
beat.
Car right.
Well, I don't think you can beat the team over at Sector 3 Studios. They really know how to put together a tin top, be they old, new.
The guy ahead is Erlacher. Car left.
In we go, nice and deep.
Still there. Clear left.
And these new 2020
Pass.
TCR cars are no exception. We've got all the obvious straights. First one being as their front wheel drive. We've got the power understeer, torque steer, whatever you want to call it, but it's there, and it's there by the bucket load. You cannot be greedy with the throttle like I was just then.
The right tyres are cold.
You have to anticipate the grip level, be progressive with the throttle application, feathering the throttle, trying to find that maximum grip level as you come out some of the slow, sharper corners.
Gap to Gruber ahead is now 0.6.
It actually requires a lot more skill than you initially would think.
We're halfway home.
And it is very satisfying when you can drag one of these out of a corner. Without losing a ton of time to understeer and wheel spin.
Left side. Hold your line.
Of course, then you've got... Hello.
Still there. Clear left. Okay, Jason. Don't let this go.
You've also got the snap oversteer on corner entry, because remember, everything's all at the front. So you introduce the weight transfer.
On your right. Car left. Clear left. Right side. You're still there. Clear right.
So if you're going in and if you're really heavy braking and you're trying to rotate the car at the same time, the rear end becomes light, skittish, and again you have to find yourself a little bit of trail braking, a little bit of throttle application, just to try and dance the car right on the edge of adhesion on the rear there, so you can get maximum braking efficiency on the way in. They are not overly sophisticated, they are not overly powerful, but to hustle a front wheel drive touring car around quickly, it is a real art form, and there's a lot of skill to it. You know, tie that into the fact that the racing is always close, always frantic. It makes for some really exciting racing that requires lots of concentration.
Car right.
Cheeky little dive.
Still there. Right side's clear. Fastest lap for Montero. 154.75.
Come on, let's tuck it in. But I've got to say, all in all, these guys at Sector 3,
Car left.
oh, that was as late as I dared, and I'm going to push him right out.
Clear left. Come on, Jason. Nicely done.
Yeah, go on, get out of it. They really just know how to put together good quality content
Still there.
that is brilliant fun to drive,
Clear left.
requires realistic skill level and inputs to be able to drive them as they should be driven, as you watch our favourite touring car stars drive them.
Still there. Clear left. Car right. Clear right. Car right. Right side's clear. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes.
You just can't, you just can't get any closer to the real thing. You know, I've got this set up. Whoa,
10. If you can Catsburg. Clear right.
oh! Unfortunate, I've got a direct drive wheel. I've got a load cell brake. And I'm sat in a proper bucket seat. Because this is my hobby. I strive for that immersion level. So when I strap myself in and jump in behind one of these cars, this is it. I can just lose myself. I can find myself fully immersed in my racing and thoroughly enjoying it. And that for me makes RaceRoom and its DLC, especially these 2020 WTCR cars, worth every penny. I get everything back and then some from my investment out of pure enjoyment and immersion. Then you got the fact that, you know, they're brilliantly modelled, they sound fantastic, as all RaceRoom cars do. I got my big over-ear headphones on, you whack the volume up, and it feels like you're on a real racetrack, especially when you hear all the rubbish and debris being flicked up underneath, especially when you go offline, you get all the gravel pick up in the wheel arches. And the, the force feedback over those sawtooth curbs, I tell you, it's enough to rattle your eyeballs if you have the force feedback turned up too high. It's just everything about it just makes me smile. And that's perhaps that's a new score we should have. Smileometer. Well, this game and these cars are right at the top end of that. So there we go. That was a quick sprint race in the 2020 WTCR Renault Megane for RaceRoom around the Hungaroring. I love this DLC. I love this sim racing title. And you will too. If you like anything tin top, anything touring car related, get this game. Get this DLC. You will not regret it. You'll love it. Okay. Well, thanks for watching this Pitlanes Sim Racing video. Hope you enjoyed it. I certainly had fun making it. Don't forget, please do me a favour. Hit all the like, share, subs buttons. It just helps get this content out to as many fellow sim racers, so we can all enjoy our hobby together. But that's me done for this one. Remember, race hard, always race fair. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.